I did just release this morning an H3, or not an H3 video, an Ethan Klein video that it seems to be doing well. I haven't really checked on it, but just so you guys know, it's there. Ethan Klein channel. We talked on Friday about Hasan's reaction to the Bibis families laughing at the graves of the Bibis children. But then he did one that was even crazier. He once again went on a stream and talked about how, dude, Hasan's fans are nowhere to be found on this. They're getting creamed, man.
Oh man.
They always talk about how I have to turn off comments and erase shit. I haven't done anything. So hopefully they can get in here real quick and brigade it a little harder. Ela said, if the Bibis family comes up again, oh, should I read this? Here, let me read it. Oh, so if the Bibis family comes up on the show again, I forgot to mention that they are from a community in near Ors that was hit really bad and wiped out on October 7th. This community was of voices for peace activists, and people that actually did stuff for the cause. What's interesting is a lot of people lived in these kibbutz near the border so that they could help Palestinians. A lot of them would drive them to hospitals in Israel to get medical attention, would get supplies to them, etc. That's why they lived. It's funny because people always go, oh, well, that's what they get for living outside a concentration camp. And it's like, well, they were there to help. They were actually living there to help. So anyway, whatever. Who cares about that? Yeah, he was saying that the dude who gave Hamas kisses on the head during the hostage release did it because he loved them, which is crazy because he did the same thing to this other hostages. The last time hostages released, there was a mom and a young girl, and they waved goodbye on camera. You could hear the the terrorists telling them, "Please, you wave again," or "wave again." I forget the exact word, but he still is like, "No, they did it because they loved him." Here, let me see if I can just find a quick moment here.
Describe as nauseating. Take a look.
It's fast.
Now let's take a look at how the hostages were released. I wonder if Western media will actually show the release videos, because there was some interesting sites that were disconcerting for the Israeli state and their project overall. But let's see.
So his thesis is, this footage is so devastating, Western media wouldn't even dare show it to you. The Zionists are crying. The Israeli state is crumbling.
Omer was among six.
Here's an Israeli hostage who appears to be so emaciated, he actually needs help walking. They gave him a plaque and a goodie bag because that's like a party favor. You know how kids get goodie bags at the end of a party? They're such good guys, actually. Really such terrific fellas. I heard there's party poppers in there and a ring pop, actually.
Oh.
A commemorative Hamas ring pop. So they are very caring in that way.
Ring pop.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it. I know it.
That's kind of...
Six released by Hamas in Gaza this morning. The 6 are the last living hostages to be returned in this ceasefire's first phase. The 22-year-old was paraded on stage. He'd been kidnapped from a music festival, and yet remarkably, he kissed 2 of the men who had been...
Uh-oh. We caught him, folks. Western media is shriveling
I hope
up.
He said no homo after, bro.
No homo.
Straight up. Hey, Hasan, please give us your take. I mean, it's the same as the dudes who fucking dapped up the Hamas dudes. The dudes who dapped them up in the first ceasefire, do you not remember? And everybody freaked the fuck out about it. And they were like, oh, they must be drugged. Hamas is giving them drugs.
He's so ridiculous. It's like so obvious they're just threatening them. It's like you don't need to drug someone, a hostage, to do something you ask. That's what hostages do. They do what you tell them because you have power and violence over them. Like, we all know that, right? Like, we all know that. So we're doing this silly little game where we pretend not to know obvious things, I guess.
They're dabbing him up. Hamas gave them the drugs that make you dab up Hamas. It turns out that there is a new, even scarier drug out there that Hamas has in their hands. It's called... It's called the drug that makes you kiss Hamas.
That drug is called a gun to your head. And it's so painfully obvious of a concept. I feel nauseated even having to say it.
Here you can see the head propagandist giving the hostage instructions. The hostage looks to his side to make sure he understands. Then the propagandist leans in to explain the strategy to the two terrorists on his left. And right on cue, the hostage leans in to kiss not one, but the two of them.
Which, like, let's be real. It already makes no fucking sense. Like, who does that?
Just let me give you a kiss on the head, buddy. Like, even if he does like them, the action itself is so fucking absurd that he's actually peddling this ridiculous lie is amusing, if not so fucking sad and terrifying, especially considering the amount of people that actually are like, yeah, no, he kissed him on the head because he just actually is super, he really loves them, actually. It's clear to anyone with a functioning brain that this was not done out of affection for his captors.
Of course, we don't need to even look at the footage. Just ask the hostage what he thought. Here's the hostage who was kissing him on the head. In Hebrew, it says, I had no choice. The dogs made me do it. Hasan thought this was such a great point. He even took to his Discord to share his thoughts. First, they had the drug that makes you dab Hamas. Now they have one that makes you kiss Hamas. I'm losing my mind. I don't know who else to share this info with. A good place to start would be a therapist. The next best place would maybe be the NSA. More excerpts from the hostages say that they were forced to drink seawater, that they were giving...
Yeah, that's just a little excerpt. This is the moment that made me want to make this video, at any rate, was seeing him do this whole fucking thing again where he's like, yeah, you know, the hostages are... They love them. They actually wish they could stay there if they were given a choice.
Rotten food, and that they were held in cages. Or, as Hasan likes to call it, hospitality. What gracious hosts they are.
Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave, they're going to be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
Well, I'm happy that the content nuke was able to make its...
I'm just going to play this last part because
okay.
I say it here better than I would say it if I were to try to repeat. This guy knows what he's talking about. And then I'll move on, I promise.
Way around and really influence people's thoughts on the matter. I am disheartened to see that Hasan is still spreading, without any care in the world, disgusting, violent, anti-Semitic Hamas propaganda that dehumanizes Israelis and delegitimizes their suffering. As I said in the content nuke, we must always keep the plight of the Palestinians at the front of our mind. The point that I've made that is consistently lost on Hasan is that we have to care about everyone. You have to show empathy for both sides. You can't laugh over the coffins of slain Israeli children because they're Israeli. Peace has never felt further away when people like Hasan are turning people against each other, fomenting hate, disinformation, while supporting radical, reactionary, terrorist organizations. Peace happens when both sides see each other as human, recognize the humanity in each other. That's when we come together and find peace. Hasan is doing the opposite. During this war, Hasan has poisoned the minds of many young people with the idea that Israelis are evil, that they are all valid military targets, that the babies are settlers. And this is the result: laughing over the coffins of slain children, unable to spare a mote of dust of empathy for innocents that were killed in Israel. And just like a radical extremist in Israel that says all Palestinians are valid military targets, which I would condemn a million times, and I cry and my heart bleeds for all the innocents that are dying in Gaza. Why can't you do the same?
That's it. So
Israelis are evil. That they are all...
Oh, that's me.
What the fuck, Ethan?
I hope this guy doesn't copyright strike us.
I just heard you say all Israelis are evil.
Yep, there you go. They finally got me on record. They flipped me. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, let's. So, guys, get on over there to Ethan Klein channel. It's all happening over there, my friends. People are buzzing about the Ethan Klein channel. Frogan is quoted as saying, she loves it.
Wow.
She loves it.
You turned her around.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Hasan is... I hate to use the word crashing out because that's his word. That's their word. But he's on Twitter calling me like a genocide lover. Like he's just all out. He's like, I didn't know Ethan loved genocide so much until October 7th. It's like, bro, come on.
You would much rather spend your time going after someone who is actually considering genuinely going to Gaza.
You know, I was walking down Rodeo Drive with Ela over the weekend, and I saw a homeless person. I thought about giving him $100.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Did you really?
I thought about
You
it.
did that.
I didn't.
What, you thought
you
that?
did. Yeah.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about it. And then even afterwards, I thought about it. Like, dang, that would have been awesome if I did that.
Like as you were driving away?
No, we walked by him.
Oh, you didn't even have to pull over necessarily. Like it was
No.
literally right in front.
He was right there.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
It's nice of you.
That's really kind. Yeah.
Thought about it.
Yeah.
I've thought about thinking about that once.
I'm actually, I'll disclose that's a joke I read in the comments that I thought was very funny. That I just appropriated.
Oh.
I'll give credit where it's due, you know what I mean?
Whoa. That's
They said I
huge
walked by a
admission,
homeless
dude.
person and thought about giving them money today. Which I was like, that's so funny. And it is so funny. So that's what that is, folks.
That's what that is.